any of my intro? Do you want my computer?
No, just
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Here we are with Off the Wall Graffiti, immersed in art. Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Wall Graffiti's Immersed in Art. Yay. Today we have Puny's art, or Puny, or Charlene.
Puny Rose.
Puny Rose. So it's, okay, so for Instagram, go right now to PUNY_Rose,
Rose.
ROSE, yes, so that you can stalk while we talk.
Love that.
It's fun,
I love
right?
that.
And so today you're going to be talking and telling us some stories from the streets.
Yay.
I didn't know you were in the street.
Not a lot of people do. A lot of my clients, sorry guys.
Oh yeah, this will quietly air and we won't tell anyone.
So background of mine,
Yes.
going back when I was a graffiti artist. I know. Some of my clients don't know that. They're like, oh, how did you get into
Nor your son.
Well, no, my son knows. He
Does
knows
he?
that.
Oh, good.
My parents do it with permission. I was like, yes, that's right.
That's
what you
it's
tell
with
your
the
friends.
Permission.
With
Keyword,
permission.
yes.
And so, going back to graffiti days when me and my friends had nothing else to do but paint on walls on washes.
Yes.
Like the.
Like
I don't know if
Sepulveda
people know what
Basin or-
washes mean. That's like a word for like, I guess, tunnels and yards. I don't know if they know what.
Well, like in LA, right? I mean,
No, I'm talking about washes like the like the LA River, but
Right.
like a smaller version of it in the valley because we don't have an LA River that goes all the way to the valley.
True.
So in the valley,
Where are
I
they?
started. I don't want to
Okay, never
name
mind.
locations.
There are
I can't.
places
There's
in the
places
valley
in the
where
valley where
things
you
are
can
called
find.
washes.
It's not just in the valley. We
I know, the
go and
universe.
I mean, there's
San Pedro.
some in Simi Valley. You just kind of have to hike up and look for it.
Okay.
So like
the Calabasas one.
Calabasas ones are a lot bigger, obviously, because the water goes from like, I don't know, they have richer water, I guess. Who knows?
Where the fancy water goes.
The fancy water from Calabasas. But I mean,
love it.
So it started.
No, wait. And how old are you with your friends?
I was
at this-
14.
Right? Still in
14.
Were
I
you
was
in high school or middle school?
okay, so it started when I was in middle school.
That's the keynote.
Shout out
every
to Sepulveda Middle School.
person. Shout out to
That's
Sepulveda.
where I came from.
Oh my gosh.
I met my friend named Chi-Chis. We call them Chi-Chis, aka Doughboy. He did all the vandalizing and the graffiti, you know? So I was like,
oh gosh.
okay.
At 13. 14.
14. And then I was like, okay, I'll just, hang out. And then I was smoking pot back then, and he wasn't. So, like, when he was out doing his thing, I'm smoking pot in the car. And
No
he was like, I'm never going to do drugs. Like,
No, wait, in the car? How? Was he 16?
No, okay, so, yeah,
Here
sorry
we
about
go.
that.
So,
He would,
You're hanging out with older guys.
I am so sorry. No, he's not older. He's 14 as well. He's in the same
no, he
grade.
stole
But the
his
thing is,
parents'
he would steal his parents' car, sneak it out at night, and pick me up from my parents. And then I'll sneak out in the front window where my bedroom is. And then, I'll be like, where are we going? What are we doing tonight? And I'll like, and I'm just for me to smoke pot, just so I don't smoke
the
at home.
motivation.
Yeah,
was-
well,
yeah,
it's not a motivation. It's just for me to go far away from home to smoke pot so that he could go do his graffiti stuff.
Okay.
And then so he would do that, and then
Oh my
I would go ride with him, and then he's like, oh, I was like, what are you even doing, like, when you're out, like, catching spots, quote unquote?
Right.
And he's like, oh, I'm just putting my name in my crew. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, what are
My
you?
name and my crew at
Yeah,
age
yeah.
14.
And I was like, okay. I
you
was like,
know.
all right. And then he was like, yeah, like, I'm just tagging, like, I was like, okay. I was like, for sure, man. Like, I was like, just shrug on the shoulders, like, whatever. And then, like,
I'm high. It's fine.
yeah, I was like, okay. And he's like, I'm never doing drugs, by the way. Like, you're always here smoking. I was like, yeah, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, he was like, you could go catch tags with me. There we go.
Way.
And then
No, wait. So what is it? that pot was the drug way or the gateway to graffiti.
I don't want to say gateway because I started smoking pot before graffiti, and I just was smoking pot because one of my middle school friends was like, "Oh, do you want to smoke this?" And I was like, "What the hell is that?" I had no idea what the hell pot was because
My daughter thought it would kill her. I did such
so,
a good
like,
job of.
Yeah, you're a great mom actually, but I had no idea what that is because my parents was always like, it was a taboo. Like they're like, they don't even talk about it. They don't even talk about it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. So like, in school, like it was always like a thing, like, oh yeah, let's smoke in the back. Like I'm like, what are they smoking? Cigarettes? What the hell? Why are they trying to like hide that shit? Like, why does it matter?
Right.
And then so like this girl came up to me, she was like, you want to smoke with us? And I was like, okay, what is it? And then they're like, oh, it's just some pot. It's just some pot. And I was like, okay, so let me take a hit. And then I took a hit. I was like,
God.
whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was like, just, and then like, so going back to when we would.
So there you are in the car.
Yeah.
And he's
so,
like,
and
dude,
he was like,
just come tag
Yeah,
with
he was
me.
like, well, you can go catch tags with me. And I was like, okay, well, I don't need, I was like, what am I going to put? Charlene? I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's going to burn me out.
Right.
And then he was like, no, like, don't you have like an AKA name? And I was like, well, I really don't. Like, you know, I don't have a
My
nickname.
dad calls me.
Yeah, I was a princess. Like, I'm not gonna write that. And then he was like, okay, well, you're small, you're tiny. And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a chola, tiny, smalls. I don't want to sound like that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, pick a name. And I was like, all right, fine. Like, I'll pick a fancier name, Puny. That's not like so chola,
Right.
And then so he was like, all right, cool, we'll stick with Puny. And then like from there on, I stuck with the name Puny. And I would do graffiti with him and other friends that I've met along the way since high school. And even in high school, like it's not like, I was known like a graffiti artist there, but like they would be like, hey, you want to catch my book? Hey, you want to do this? Let's go catch like the walls and the yards and this and that.
Right.
But
and
like,
you already knew what that meant by then. Like,
well, the lingo of all that started with friends and like how they would refer to it as that. So like I kind of caught on, like, all right, let's go catch a yard, or like, let's go paint sesh, stuff like that, whatever. I was just going in for the ride. Yeah, I was like, okay. And I mean, like, it was cool. It was a good rush. It was like I'm getting my name up there and stuff like that. But it was just like, for me, it wasn't like I was repping myself. It was like,
and your
okay.
ego wasn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's ego. There's a lot of ego. There's graffiti artists are ego on the forehead, ego. So, I mean, not to badmouth them, but, I was one.
It's the part of their psyche that's being generated over and over is the ego. It doesn't stroke the id very much, and that's the who you're meant to be part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, most part of it is like, oh yeah, did you see what I hit on that wall? It's like it's a topic of a conversation where like people who like, oh yeah, I saw Puny up like this and that. Like I was like, shit, yeah, they saw me up. It's like I was there, I was here, I was everywhere. Like, it's a good way to like be known in a way.
Yeah.
And so I was known as Puny, the graffiti artist in high school, and I was just like, like in my head I was like, okay, like the point of this was when I started, the point of it all was just to show boys that I was better than them. And it got out of hand.
Oh.
It got out of hand in a way that I was in a crew. I was like with the wrong people. Like they were just bad. They started doing drugs that I didn't even know of.
Right.
So
In
I
high
was like,
school?
yeah, this was in high school. Like people do a lot of crazy shit in high school. I don't even know about this. But like they started doing like meth and stuff like that. And I was just like, what are you guys doing there? Like, what are you guys injecting? Like, what are you guys smoking? Like, it's like, it's like, what's happening? And then so like, it got out of hand, and I was like, I'm mixed in with the wrong type of people. And this is, I mean, I came from like Sepulveda Middle School, like knowing that like I understand it's like a ghetto area.
Yeah.
But the general area of Sepulveda is all like kind of ghetto, and it's not, I don't want to say fail of a society, but that's all they do is like, they got pregnant at the age of 16. It's very common, but like unfortunately, that's what happens at kids who like were somehow there. But you know, it's sad to see. But I still kept friends with people from middle school, and I was like, oh, hey, how's so and so? You know, they're like, yeah, she's doing better. And I was like, I saw her on Instagram having like 5 kids. What's going on?
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's like,
yeah.
And she like was like in this psych thing, like for I don't know what, like she was like, oh yeah, I heard she gone crazy, this and that. And she used to do graffiti too, and she was like a good friend that was, you know, writing with me.
Oh, got you. And that's like an example of how it got bad for others, but not you.
Exactly. Well, for me, it got out of hand where I saw it all. I didn't really like do all those drugs, but like, you know, I saw it all and I was like, what the hell? Like, what's happening? You know, it's kind of like, how did I get here?
Right.
But like, in a sense, it was just kind of like,
and when did you?
An eye opener.
What, like, were you still in high school when you felt that eye opener?
This is all in high school. A lot of it was in high school because it was a big diverse.
And it goes fast once
it did. I was like, oh man. I was like all this, like, you know, people are knowing me, like people from other school, like kids from other high schools, like know of me, like how it travels fast. And then like you're all of a sudden.
That's without social media.
This was without social media.
Right.
This was fun. This was a lot of fun.
This was MySpace.
This is MySpace. Yeah, this is still social media though, but like.
Right.
People weren't like taking pictures of what you
and stuff.
Raves, yeah,
right.
True,
Candy
raves,
and all that.
Yeah, like they weren't like now. Like there's Instagram, Twitter, and all of that where you could just take a flick, send it, everybody will like it. Before it was like, oh, go see it over there at by the liquor or on Sepulveda and what's and what, you know, and then. You know, and then they'll go and see the spot, and then they see that you caught it, and it's like, oh damn, that's dope, dude, that's dope.
But now they don't even leave their couch.
It's like, it's like, oh, why for? Like, I'm not gonna go see the freeway that that's running right now. I'm not gonna go see it if I have it on social media.
I wonder if that takes some of the cachet.
The thrill.
Yeah, like all of that.
I don't know.
I wonder if it shifts for the street.
I haven't painted in a while, so. It's been like 3 years.
You, by the way, did catch the Rose here at the Secret Rose Theater. Shout out to the Secret Rose Theater, where the home of Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, whatever night we were here. Sunday night.
Sunday Night Lights. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
And that was when I didn't know much about the street either. I just knew that you guys needed another place to paint.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like kids do need that because like for me, I feel like I need to paint something, and I'm like, damn, like, what? Well, okay, so mentality in high school, right?
Go back.
So like, I feel like when I needed to paint something, I would go to a nearby wash by my house, and I'll walk with my friend, like, hey, you want to come with me somewhere? Like, we're gonna go to the park, you know? It is a park. It's a big park, and then there's a wash underneath. So you just gotta kind of like crawl underneath, and there's like a big like walls. Like, and you can paint on
They're
it.
tunnels.
They're tunnels and walls, yeah. So like you could paint around it, and like she'll just hang out and she'll like be like, oh, "Are you done yet?" Like, and I'm like, "No, like, you know, I'm almost done. Like, just keep a lookout, okay?" She's like, "I'm not having fun. I thought we were gonna go to the park." You know?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, "No, dude. Like, I mean."
And that's that little element of addiction.
It is.
It's like, I'm gonna make my friend do something they don't want to.
That's manipulative in a way,
right? But that's addiction. It's like I'll tell you whatever I want or whatever you want in order for you to do what I want, so that I can do what I want.
That's true. But I mean, it was fun when we would go, and she would have. She didn't care.
She would have done that if it was at a boy's house.
Obviously. Obviously she wouldn't have cared. Like, she was like, all right, well,
how did you get your spray paint?
I would ask my big brother to buy it, or I would do the S word, aka steal.
Or the racking word.
Yeah. Well, now they call it racking. I don't even know why. I don't get.
Did you take it from the rack?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Whatever. Stealing. That's what I call it. You know, it's not mine. I'm gonna steal it. And I want it. I'm gonna steal it.
Right.
No. Yeah. I did at a point in time, and then I realized like how bad it was, like that I can get caught because there's barcodes, or whatever, and then like someone told me, I guess it's a lie, but like
but it's
they can triangulate this, and I was like, shut up, no, it's not. I was like, you're bullshitting me, and they're like, they can triangulate, like, you know, and I was like,
these things have GPS on them.
No, I mean like the barcodes on them, like I mean, who's gonna take their time in the wash, like with grabbing like. spare spray paint.
That it would never go back to you.
Exactly.
But I love that it scared
Fuck,
you.
whatever.
That's so good.
And I never stole. And then I turned 18, and that's when I started buying spray paint. But
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. When did you stop doing it? And was there ever a time that you were afraid in the street or had something that was thrilling happen?
Oh, okay. So afraid in the streets and thrilling. Afraid in the streets, yeah, because it's like when you're out in LA, there's gang members. They don't know what your intentions are in the streets. They don't know what the hell you're doing with a backpack or a purse late at night, 3 a.m.
Being a little girl.
Yeah, it's like you can get raped, lady.
Did you paint by yourself?
I painted once by myself, and after that, I was never doing it again. But it's just because, like, I don't know. It's just, well, I mean, I like company. I like someone to, like, look out for me. I'm not going to, like, you know, be reckless, totally reckless, and be like, okay, fuck my life. Like, you know, I don't have a future, right? Like, I thought of it very carefully. Like, I was like, okay, I'll have someone like look out for me. I catch this, and then after I'm done, I look out for you. You catch that, you know?
Okay.
So it would always be like a duo or a group of 4, no more than 4, because the more
you can't scatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, scatter, police talk. Oh my God. Oh my.
What?
What are you
There's
doing?
only so many cars you can hide under with 4 people, and then you don't know where your friends are. And
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a lot easier too when you have people that has your back, like especially you know. Especially close homies. So I would paint sometimes with homies and like the homies that I still keep around now. Shout out friends that I have around right now.
hi, friends. You kept her out of prison.
Right? Well, no. I mean, knock on wood, I've never gotten caught or anything. I get like that's
Is that
graffiti
right?
related.
Have you ever been chased? Or no?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's not fun because like I don't run very fast, but I don't, and like half the time I'm like, and back in the I don't know 2000 like 10s 2011s, I used to wear Toms. Those are not running shoes.
They are not running
They're
shoes.
not running shoes.
That was
So
a bad choice of
I know.
crash
So now,
shoe.
okay,
Now
future
I would
graffiti artists,
Oh God.
I'll recommend running
Timberlands or
shoes.
something.
Timberlands, no,
No.
that's not even running.
That's just
no,
silly.
it's just all
That's
bad.
New
It was
York.
just I like I was like I was very careless.
How about what if there were walls that were legal and you could paint and not have to run? Oops. Anyway, my agenda. Go on. Back to being
That
scared.
would be great. Well, yeah. So the thrill of it all was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get chased. It's like, the point of the thrill, I guess, is like, oh yeah, they don't know I'm here, but they know I'm here. If they see me, I'm gonna go run away, and it's kind of like, it's like cat and the
adrenaline
mouse
rush.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Right. And then so like there was this one time I was hitting a freeway like under construction. And there was like a helicopter like shining.
A freeway under construction. Gotcha.
Yeah, like
I'm with you.
I think it's the 5 when it was under construction. The 5 where the lane merges to the carpool, I think.
Okay.
When they were still constructing the 5, we went up there. It was 3 of us. It was me, my boyfriend at the time, and my close friend. And then so we were painting it, and helicopters were coming. And then I told him, or anybody, I told both of the guys, I was like, hey, if you hear something, tell us to duck. Nobody said shit. I was like, I see the helicopters. We're supposed to be like quiet. And then like, so 1, scared, 2, thrilled, because, oh yeah, I'm going to get to run. And then, but then I couldn't run because there was a ladder that you have to go down. So I was like,
God.
oh, how am I going to get down here? How am I going to run? Like if I fall, I'm screwed.
What happened?
So helicopter was shining on us.
Were they there for you? They were there because
yeah, they
of
were
you.
like they were trying to see what's going on. Like, why is there 3 little people by the bridge? So I was like, oh shit, like they're coming for us. Like, they're calling people as we speak. They're shining the lights on us. So I duck, and then I'm like, okay, they can see us. This is stupid. And then so I just run.
Instant brain patterns.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, this is stupid.
Go.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, let's go, guys, let's go. Like, fuck the backpacks, fuck the paint, right? And then so like I like just rushed down. I got down on the ladder as soon as I can. And like we run to the car. One went the other way, so I don't know why I went the other way, but so that I guess we're not like all of us going in the same car. But
Were there more than one car?
I think so. I remember there was 2 cars. Yeah. So we scattered, whatever, and then like there was a security guard that was like, "Hey, where are you guys going?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just walking to our car," because there was a parking lot right there by the freeway, so it was like not sketchy that you would be parked right there.
Right.
So I was like, okay, thrill. There was the thrill, like, oh my God, we almost got caught, but we didn't.
And you're so lucky they weren't waiting for you at your car.
They could have, because like once they
could
see
be,
stuff like they're like, hey,
they're
there's
helicoptering. Yeah, exactly.
they could like just, hey, there's 3 kids like running. I don't know what they're doing. Like, why are they at the construction
Who's
site?
letting them run there? Yeah.
So they probably had the security guard there, and they're like, what are you guys doing? Like, oh, we're just walking to our car. Okay, like, stay out of here. It's it's legal property. I was like, oh, fuck off. Like, I'm just walking. I'm just walking. I was like, whatever. Trying to go home, guy.
Yeah, I'm a good kid. What do you mean?
And I was like, I don't have paint. Like, I have my paint, like my hands painted everywhere. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, but we lost. It was very sad. We lost the backpacks and the paint. But I mean, I guess the thrill and the fear was there. That's what people thrive for, right?
And the storytelling. And
then like, guys, you'll never know what happened. We did finish the pieces. It was like...
You went back?
Well, no, we did finish it. It was just like right when they shined the helicopter at us, it was just very like,
toward
the last minute.
Stuff,
so I was like, okay, cool. Like, we're almost done anyways. I'm just like, I'm over this. And then so I would tell the homies when we came back home, like, hey, you'll never guess what happened. It's crazy. Yeah, that was... I mean, I guess you get the fun of it all like that,
Did you learn anything about yourself during those days that you are glad about?
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm glad I'm not a little shit anymore like that, doing reckless things. But,
okay.
I mean...
Yes. No, but I mean, like, in the positive.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, in the positive as art-wise, I know that I can produce something, and I something on the top of my head, like just, oh look, what am I gonna paint tonight? Like, some people will sketch on the night of, or they have like a sketch in hand, but like I just kind of freeball it. Like, I want to go freestyle. Like, let's do something fun, Like, it was always something fun. Like, never like, oh yeah, this is gonna like have so many likes on MySpace. No, it was always something fun. Like, oh yeah, like, people are gonna be on the freeway looking at this, like, oh, that looks cool, like, But that was so it, like, for graffiti.
Trust in yourself for spontaneity and having it be that the end result's gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, and, like, super fun. But I mean, like, positivity and in the aspect of me being a graffiti artist. I think the only positive thing I got from that was like how to handle paint and like how to, like, I guess, plan for stuff in such situations better.
Okay.
Like, let's say,
like survival tactics.
Yeah, survival tactics. I was like, dang, this is crazy.
I can camp now. I'm better at festivals.
Yeah, it's like I can run from cops. Like, no, you can't, girl. Like, but when your life really depended on it and you're really in that situation, yes, you can run from cops. I guess that's a positivity.
Or the zombies. Or
if there is in the near future, if I'm still alive. But yeah, so that's high school
thing that you got
from graffiti that I got.
So all right, you started to talk about the negatives, the punk girl, the punk puny.
The little shit that I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was that like turning into that for graffiti and your relationship with your parents?
It was horrible because my dad once caught I think he found a camera of mine that I was taking pictures of, like, all the because in the daytime that's when you take the pictures because it's a lot better. It's obviously you don't need flash, so you take better pictures quality. So I was like coming home from like taking pictures of all the spots that I did, and he was like, what the hell is this? And, like, he found it. He found it on my camera.
And looked through it. Yeah,
was like, what the hell is this?
Digital.
Yeah,
by then.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, obviously painting of people doing painting. He was just like, no, did you do this? He was like, I've seen your MySpace. Like, I was like, crap. I was like,
I saw your black book.
I was like, damn. I was like, well, you know what, Dad? I was like, it's called art.
Oh,
and
no.
And then he was
you
like,
got snotty.
and then he was like, is this legal? And I was like, yeah, of course. It's a freaking wall. Do you see the wall there? Like,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
it's a wall. And then he was
So
like,
you
well, what about this freeway? What about this
mastered
trash
lying.
can?
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
it was so bad. I would lie to them all the time. I'll be like, okay, Dad, I gotta go. Like, my friend's having a birthday party. He was like, on a Thursday night? And I was like, yeah. Because, you know, party, whatever. It's her birthday. And then, like, I would go paint in the night. And then, like,
Oh my gosh.
the lie continues. And then I felt really
And
bad
the
for them.
sneaking out.
The sneaking out. I mean, like, it was terrible, but, like, I felt like I needed to do that in order for me to go out and paint. And I don't, you know, it was stupid. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's stupid. But at the time, I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. They'll love me. They're my parents. You know,
Right.
They can't hate me.
And there is 100% ton of truth to that.
Yeah, there is. Because they still love me, even though I did all that. They were like, you could go to jail, you could do this, you could do that, you know, like, and I was like, they were like, you can never get a job if they see that, and I was like, yeah, you're right. So I was like, I won't do it illegally, but I'll still do it. And then they were like, you know, okay, fine, whatever.
yeah.
Like, you know, do what you want. You're a teenager. Like, they were kind of like, oh, you're out of hand, blah, blah. And then I started doing body art because raves, as you were talking about, were big back in the day,
Right.
back in the days. So by that time, I was doing body art
EDC
too.
and-
Yeah, I was doing body art for girls who would go to the raves because I had a few friends that would go.
Yeah.
And like, they were like, they opened the door on me doing body art on girls. They're like, what are you doing? What are you, like, you know, I was like, I told you I'm going to stop painting on walls. And yeah, and then they were like, okay, we didn't mean for you to like start doing some stupid shit like this. And I was like, what? And they're going to pay me. And then they're like, get out now, put some clothes on. And like, you know, like not me, but the girl. And I was like, fuck, I was like, God, I can never do anything right. You know, like, I was like, I can never.
In that situation, what would you tell? How could you have gotten them to be okay with that now? Like, or what happens your mom now? Like,
Oh, well, my mom was always like, you know what, like, let her do her artistic freedom. She was more like lenient because she knew that I'm gonna stop, and she was right about it. I stopped doing it, and my dad was just like, no, she could go to jail, and then we could never get her back. I was like, okay, Dad, because
totally.
you know there's
That's
no
such
bail.
a dad move.
And then like
she'll go down.
I mean, if they heard about it now that I'm doing it, I could just be like, well, look, I'm doing this for commission, even though I mean it's still a lie, but you know.
What would you? Now, where are you in the realm of it?
Well,
and you don't even have to tell the truth because you have clients now, and you don't want everyone to know the truth.
Well,
so you
I
don't
mean,
have to say anything.
Well, right now I don't. Well, no, truthfully, I don't paint on illegally. But if there's like a legal wall, then like you know, let me know. I'll paint it. If you know what, that's a lie. Actually, if there's a wall that I think is like worthy to be painted at, I will. But that's just because, you know, that's probably a Saturday night, I'm drunk and I'm not doing anything. But that's only under the influence of alcohol. If I'm like superly like, you know, conscious and I'm like, okay, you got shit to do tomorrow, you're thinking of your job, you have a kid, because I do have a kid,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna do it. Like if I was like recklessly like just drunk and like on a Saturday
At
night.
15, you would have been balls out.
Yeah. And like now, like I'm scared. I'm like, oh my God, that's a ticket. That's on my record. Like I can't expunge that anymore. Like I'm 26. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I have shit to focus on. I'm a tattoo artist now. I have, you know, like I have a name so that I have to keep up. Like I can't be like, oh, you're a graffiti artist. Like you do that shit legally. Like, yeah. Like, you know, I can't be saying that. I want to steer away from that.
Yeah.
But I want to just be like, okay, well, you know, I do graffiti, but it's, you know, mural art.
Right.
And I want to, like, you know, make a better place for it. But, you know, it's not realistic. I haven't had the time to paint walls.
Right.
The last time I
Hey,
did was
thanks for
Secret
listening.
Rose, and-
We're really glad you tuned in.
Yeah.
Immerse in Art was recorded 2 years ago in 2018. I'm really
Well,
sorry
we'll try
it's taken me
and
so
get
long to
walls
edit
out
these.
there for you.
I want to thank
Only
our
after the-
sound engineer, Jacob Baumgardner.
All right.
I want to
Okay,
thank
you
all
for
of the guests who have waited so long for their words to be heard. They are important, and we
Go
hope
follow
to
her
do
at
more.
Puny
If you
_
liked
art
this,
and
please
Rose.
subscribe,
Puny
share,
_ Rose.
and also if you want to be a part of it, just send me an email, Maura at offthewallgraffiti.org, or hit us up on any of the socials. And I want to do an extra special shout out to Luciano West, who created that amazing theme song. He came over to the house one day, dropped some beats. Avery McCarthy got on bass and I got on the spray cans, and we made that beat. I think it's awesome. I hope you like it. And yeah, listen up. Let's do more of these.
Talk over my pot, dude.